Alright guys, welcome back. When you think of protein, you think chicken, beef, whey protein powder. But today I'm going to go through 10 of the weirdest foods that I guarantee you have never heard of before. We're going to be starting from the lowest, going all the way to the highest protein content per 100 grams. Starting off at number 1, we have the sea cucumber. Despite the name, it's not actually a vegetable. It's this horrible, slimy sea creature that looks like this. Just a rotten, rubbery looking slug thing. But in China, it's actually considered a delicacy, served in various soups and stews. Protein wise, it's not too crazy as we are just starting off light. It's going to be around 13 to 20 grams of protein per 100 grams. So in comparison to things like beef, which has around 26 grams of protein per 100 grams, it's not crazy high. But then again, I'd rather eat a nice beef burger than a sea cucumber burger. Number 2, we have hakal. So this is yet another delicacy originating from Greenland and Icelandic regions. Basically, hakal is fermented shark. This stuff is basically made by firstly killing a shark, then burying that shark underground for a couple of months, then digging up its rotten corpse, and then eating it. The result, a very chewy, pungent, ammonia smelling meat that famous celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain called the worst thing he's ever eaten. But protein wise, you're looking at around 25 to 30 grams of protein per 100 grams, so it's pretty much on par with red meat from cows. This is another one I'm gonna give a pretty hard pass on. Number 3, we have pig's blood cake. Cakes are meant to be sweet, tasty, delicious treats that are enjoyed every now and again. This is the complete opposite of that. Now imagine a Rice Krispie treat, but instead of using marshmallow as the binding filler, use pig's blood instead. That is pretty much exactly how this thing's made. In Taiwan, it's typically served by street food vendors on a stick. It's this weird, dark, coagulated blood bar. Yum. This is going to set you around 25 to 30 grams of protein. So again, similar to the minced beef, but definitely not as tasty. So the protein content's going to start going up a little bit more now. At number 4, we have shirako. Now shirako in Japanese directly translates to white children, which basically means fish sperm, usually cod milk. It's creamy, custard-like, and usually served in high-end restaurants. Japanese high-end restaurants, to be specific. I don't think we'd see this in London or anything like that. Although absolutely fucking disgusting, this stuff has 30 grams of protein per 100 grams. If I'm down on protein for the day, I highly doubt my next move is going to be a fish bukkake. At number 5, we have kasumazu. Kasumazu, also known as maggot cheese, is a traditional Sardinian cheese that's literally infested with live maggots wriggling around all over the fucking place. As you can imagine, this stuff is illegal in most places. The purpose of the maggots supposedly is to break down the cheese and add a varying texture and flavour to the cheese. I can't say I will ever be trying this stuff. However, it does have a solid 35 grams of protein per 100 grams. But if you're willing to eat 100 grams of fucking maggot infested cheese, at number 6, we have chicken ovaries. Wait, why the fuck have I decided to try and make YouTube videos? I'm talking about chicken ovaries. As you can imagine, this isn't traditional Western cuisine and originates from Japan and China. This deliciously high protein and fatty organ is usually grilled, skewered and eaten. They're nutritiously dense and apparently full of flavour, and they pack around 30 to 40 grams of protein per 100 grams. Who the fuck is eating 100 grams of chicken ovaries? Number 7, we have duck blood tofu. Somewhat similar to the family favourite pig blood cake, duck blood tofu is congealed duck blood, set into cubes and then thrown into soups and hot pots. It looks a bit like chocolate pudding, but bite into it and you'll get this delicious iron-rich blood clot with around 40 grams of protein per 100 grams. The only way I can imagine the taste of this one is going to be like licking a handful of pennies. It's just going to be really metallic and fucking disgusting. At number 8, we have lupini beans. Lupini? This one might sound a little bit more tame than the fish sperm and the blood cubes. But these magic beans are no fucking joke. Per 100 grams, you're looking at 35 to 40 grams of protein. The only downside is that these are incredibly bitter. And unless you've soaked them in water for like a week, they're pretty much inedible. And if you don't prepare them properly, you can actually end up poisoning yourself. But it definitely sounds better than fish sperm. At number 9, we have seitan. If you've never heard of this stuff before, it's pretty much pure wheat gluten. This stuff was invented generations ago by Chinese monks as a replacement for meat products. This isn't because they were on some crazy vegan health kick, it was just because they actually couldn't get the meat and they needed something else to ensure they were getting appropriate protein sources. When this stuff's dried, it packs a monstrous 70 grams of protein per 100 grams. This is more than steak, more than chicken, more than fish. This is the highest protein stuff pretty much known to man that isn't actually originating from an animal product. Traditionally you use flour and water mixed together just like you would making any kind of bread. Then the ball of dough is washed and rinsed over and over and over again, which basically takes out all the carbs, all the starchiness, and then you're left with a little condensed ball of gluten protein. Then it's boiled, cooked, and put into a million different kind of dishes. And this basically makes it the highest protein plant-based food in the world. And finally, at number 10, a product of which I've tried myself, we have dried and shredded squid. Now imagine your traditional Jack Link's beef jerky. Now instead of using a cow, we're going to use a squid. Dry it up, cover it in a shit ton of salt, and then you have this tremendous product, the dried and shredded squid. Stuff sold in places like Japan, Korea. I actually tried this stuff in Thailand, which I'll show you now.
Today we're going to be trying some dried and shredded squid. This is supposed to be the highest protein fish you can get. Go to go. Oh shit. So per 100 grams of this, there's about 65 to 60 grams of protein. So it's supposed to be pretty tasty. Let's get a close up, let's have a look at this. It smells like cat food, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite, it's a bit moist. Let's give it a little taste test. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell. So, there's a sweetness, but it mainly just tastes like cat food, I can't lie. Oh, fucking rock hard. So there's about 30 grams in this pack. So you're gonna need to eat at least 3 packs to get the benefit of this. So I'm gonna give this a no.
This stuff hits around 75 grams of protein per 100 grams, which is fucking insane. That's more protein than beef, whey, fish, tuna, just literally anything you can think of. This is way, way higher. Imagine swapping your snacks through the day. So you have a bag of chips and instead you have a bag of shredded squid. At least then you're gonna get a shit ton of protein from it and it's not gonna be unhealthy like your Doritos. So there you go. That was 10 of the strangest proteins from around the world. Let me know which one you found most interesting. Have you tried any of these? Do you want me to try any of these? Are you gonna try any of these? Thanks everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want to see in the next video. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.